We've introduced you to prerequisites in previous tutorials. In this tutorial, we're going to delve more deeply into the power of prerequisites. Now, prerequisites are usually used with quests or with badges. So if you've completed a quest, it might release another quest or a badge, or a campaign can be a prerequisite, or a course, groups, badges, and ranks. Let's have a look at a couple of different decks. I'm looking at this map and I see, oh, there's a badge right over here. Let's click on it. And notice that this particular badge has a campaign as a prerequisite. When a student or client completes this campaign, this badge is automatically awarded. The same thing can happen with a quest. Let's work with this particular quest. As I've mentioned in previous tutorials, these arrows are the prerequisite connections. So in order to see this quest, we need to complete this quest, and on and on and on. Now this is an interesting one because you've got two quests here leading to one. And what this means is that both of these quests need to be completed before this one can be completed. Let's have a closer look at this one right here. So notice again that these two quests need to be completed before this quest can be completed. And to edit these prerequisites, I can either go Edit and then click on Edit Prerequisites, or I can go the lazy way, which I prefer, and go to Edit here. Now there are several items over here when you edit prerequisites or add prerequisites. They're discussed down over here. So if you forget what a count is or what an alternate element is, you can scan down here and have a look. If I want to add a prerequisite, all I do is click here and I can scroll down and see all of the various quests. I can see groups, I can see courses, ranks, badges, all sorts of things. Or if I know what I'm looking for, I can simply start typing, there it is, and select the quest that I want. I'm going to hit save. So now notice that this quest was added. Let's delete it because we don't really need it. I'll go to Edit. To delete a prerequisite, simply click over here under Delete and hit Save. And there we go. Let's look at a couple of ways to manage prerequisites. We see in the map here that both this quest and this quest are required for this. But what if it didn't matter to me which of these quests is completed before the student or client sees this quest? Let's make that change. So I'm back in the quest. I'm going to go to Edit. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the difference between having an item above a different item or beside it. I'm going to place the Badges 3 quest here as an alternate element. There it is. And I'm going to delete it from this line here. Save. And now notice there's a difference here. It's Quest 5 or Badges 3. Let's look at it on the map. Notice that there's now a change in the line here that's connecting these. The dotted line means it's this or that will release this. Changing it back is going to be a bit more complicated. Let's go back to that quest. If I go to Edit, I can't simply click that X to remove it and hit Save. It stays there. I actually have to delete the row. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add these quests again. So it's Quest 5. There we go. And I'll add a prerequisite. And I'll make it Badges 3. So what I'm doing is I'm taking both of these and I'm placing them here. And then I'm going to delete that top row. I'll go Save. And now we're back to the way things were. Let's check with the map. There we go. We're back to this and that are required for that. Now let's look at something different. I'll go to Edit Prerequisites again. This time we're going to look at this count right here. But I'll do that in a different course. I've got one ready right here. In one of my courses, I had something called Secret Lair. And Secret Lair was where students could claim taking care of themselves, and that this was a repeating quest so students could submit it over and over. I have a badge that I'd like to award to students for taking care of themselves. So what I'd like to do is I'd like for the badge to automatically be awarded to a student who submitted the Secret Lair quest 5 times. I'm going to edit the badge, and I'm going to edit the prerequisites. So what I'd like to do is I'd like for them to complete Secret Lair, there it is, 5 times. And once they've done that 5 times, they automatically receive that badge. Quest Secret Lair 5 times. Let's go back to our original deck. Now, not can get a little complicated. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave that part of prerequisites for a different tutorial at a later date. Okay, it's time for you to experiment with prerequisites. Thank you so much for your attention.